6:47, your Sunrise Smart Start for Friday starts with breaking updates this morning. A woman is in the hospital with serious injuries after she was hit by a car.
We're told this happened on Hudson Avenue and Helena Street around 11:30 last night. That victim, a 61-year-old, has serious injuries but is expected to live. Police tell us the driver of the striking vehicle did stay on the scene, and they've ruled out drugs and alcohol as a factor in the crash. So far, no tickets have been issued.
We were there for this first town board meeting in Webster following Monroe County DA Sandra Dorley's controversial traffic stop.
Yeah, you know, the board heard the concerns from the public on the situation. Lots of commentary has been made here over the last week and a half. Ron Spitzer has more on what those community members had to say and what they want to come from this incident. Ron.
In total, 7 people signed up to speak at the public forum, and the majority called for an investigation into both DA Dorley and the officer who handled the traffic stop last week. This body cam footage shows the interaction between Dorley and a police officer who tried to pull the DA over for going 55 in a 35. Instead of stopping, Dorley drove home and called the police chief. Dorley later released an apology video saying she'll pay the fine and requested an independent investigation from a DA from another county. The officer gave Dorley a speeding ticket, something members of the community say isn't enough.
That given DA Dorley's belligerence and failure to comply with any of the commands of the officer who initiated the stop, a sobriety test was warranted. Yet the responding officers did not administer one. Hence, the public will never know if Sandra Dorley was under the influence or otherwise impaired that evening.
Investigating as to why they allow for someone to go, to break a law within their town and call the chief of police to get off on that. I think that's the bigger issue and what needs to be investigated.
The police chief did release a statement yesterday saying he's proud of how the department handled this, adding the body cam video confirms the integrity and character of their officers. We have more reaction on our website, rochesterfirst.com. Guys, back to you.
Ron, thanks. Staying with this, let's talk more about the Onondaga County DA tasked with investigating Dorley. That's William Fitzpatrick, been with that DA's office for 45 years. He has a long resume, including playing a big part in creating what is the Center for Forensic Sciences there in Onondaga County. That is used statewide for testing with DNA. He's also been a member of the National District Attorneys Association going back to 1984.
In developing news, 2 people shot inside of a Greece home are expected to recover. Police say the 2 were hit when a fight broke out between groups of teenage boys outside. Bullets were fired, went through their home on Britain Road, hitting the 2, and they were taken to the hospital. A neighbor that News 8 spoke with says these teens had actually started threatening him, and he feared for the safety of his child. He adds this certainly isn't normal for this neighborhood. Town Supervisor Bill Rylick also calls this violence disheartening.
This is not the way to resolve a dispute from one neighbor to the next or from one person to the other. It's not acceptable. We treat this very seriously. All of our officers do. We're not going to look the other way on any type of crime. And that's the best way to be a deterrent, is to have people know, don't come here to commit a crime, because we're not going to look the other way. Go somewhere else, but not in our town.
Well, anyone with information, you're asked to please come forward by calling 911.
A guilty plea to manslaughter for the man who hit and killed someone with his car in Rochester last year. It happened in April. 24-year-old Nicholas Coretta was driving down East Main when he ran into Josiah Prochet standing near his parked car. The victim died at the hospital. Coretta left the scene before police got there. His sentencing is scheduled for May 13th, facing anywhere from 4 to 12 years in prison.
And a guilty plea for a deadly hit and run, this one in Webster. 57-year-old Pamela Rubenstein was riding her bike along Clem Road when Ryan LaDuca's car left the road, hitting Rubenstein. She died in the hospital. LaDuca now pleading guilty at leaving the scene of a fatal crash without reporting and tampering with physical evidence. He faces that official sentencing come July.
We're working to learn more about this body at Turning Point Park, pulled out of the Genesee River there last night. Police and firefighters worked for about 2 hours there on the scene. It's unclear what exactly happened to this person, how they ended up in the water. The police are still in the early stages of their investigation. The identity of that victim has not yet been released. In a few hours, we're expecting to get a big update on the disappearance of a woman from more than 30 years ago. State troopers and authorities in Wayne County will be together sharing more details on Judith Garrett. She hasn't been seen since since February 20th in 1991 in Sodus, and that was when all of her belongings were left behind. Authorities say she hasn't made contact with anyone they know of since. At press conference at 9 o'clock, we'll have those updates for you as soon as we have them on air and online at rochesterfirst.com. Friends and loved ones today are gathering in front of the Public Safety Building downtown to bring more awareness to the case of Johnny Bradley. In 2005, he was last seen leaving Strong Memorial. Never heard from again. 19 years on, his father says he still is not giving up hope. We actually talked with him many years ago in 2007, and he had said someone out there has the answers they're looking for.
With all the technology and forensic things in the world, somebody should be able to give me an answer, because my son is a lovely kid, and I just want some closure or his whereabouts or anything.
That gathering for the search for that missing man is scheduled for 5 p.m. Sunrise traffic here at 6:53. We'll get your forecast momentarily. Out there on the expressways, they're all clear and green. The view there from the west side, we've been good so far. We'll keep it that way here this Friday morning. Sunrise traffic updates every couple of minutes.
We've got to look ahead at one of the 7 inductees for the Rochester Music Hall of Fame this year, salsa music pioneer Johnny Vega. He is the first Latin artist to join this prestigious group of musicians, calling it a dream come true. This 80-year-old singer-songwriter and international recording artist says that he is looking forward to celebrating with family and friends. Vega and the Puerto Rican salsa music orchestra La Muralla will perform at Sunday's ceremony, and we were able to catch this bit of their rehearsal last night.
I want everybody to say a big yes when I say, are you ready for salsa? Yeah, everybody.
I'm sure they're going to be ready for it.
And you know something? It's like, you know, when you're dreaming and you wake up and you realize that it's not a dream. That is the best feeling.
Great to see this recognition for him. In fact, we shared the story of Vega last fall during our Hispanic Heritage Month series, and you can learn more all about him, his humble beginnings in Puerto Rico and growing passion for music and people over the years. All of it available on rochesterfirst.com. And tune into that ceremony. It is 7 Sunday night.
Saturday night, the Amerks playing a game like it could be the last one of this series after losing in double overtime last night to the Crunch. Their only goal came off a penalty shot, and Devin Levi's 60 saves and net on 62 shots was not enough for Rochester. Q's now leads the series best of 5, 2-1. They can close it out Saturday. Puck drop at 7. If the Amerks can win there and force a game 5, that'll be here a week from now.
Wow. Yeah.
Drama.
Yeah, 60 saves also for Devin Levi. I don't even know that much about hockey, and I know that's a lot.
Yeah, what do you do when you go back to the locker room after that?
Yeah,
guys,
right. You can't say I carried the team and we still lost, but yeah, he was working hard and then some.
Yeah,
they get all the pressure and no glory for goalies.
I know. Yeah,
wild.
yeah. Give him some love.
Yeah, it should be a good game there. We got Red Wings tonight. It should be great as well. Numbers well into the 70s. Today, the warmest day of the next 8 days. So we'll see. We'll see if we get to 80 degrees. It'll be the first time so far Rochester will do it. Eric Snyder will let you know this evening if we do get there. Weekend, 60s for both Saturday and Sunday. And yes, have the umbrella handy.
All right. Thank you, James. And thank you for watching us here this Friday morning at Sunrise. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you back here in 30 minutes.
Have a great day. And stay tuned for CBS Mornings up next.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on rochesterfirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.